just some examples of primary colors here used here in the home.
Mm-hmm.
Primary colors, very bold, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot of primary colors used in things like logos and wraps on vehicles and stuff like that. But using it in a home, we don't use a lot of primary colors on walls. But what do you guys think?
Well, again, it's extolling a mood right there. Like if you see the red, it's very punchy and that kind of thing, and that's an entryway. So and the stairs. So it just, it's what kind of mood you want to, and versus that yellow, actually, the tone of that yellow is
very
soothing and soft. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess it more depends on what shade and tones and things you're gonna.
Right,
Because
that goes to the tint again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The intensity of it, you know.
Correct.
I mean, these were
are kind of intense,
right, and these were done specifically, with clients' needs. Like the middle picture with the bright royal blue wall.
Mm-hmm.
That is Pierre there on the wall. That is a peacock print that the client just absolutely loved, had to have in that space. They had 10-foot ceilings, so that intense blue color was really fun with Pierre. It kind of accented him, and the reflections in the mirror, so you can see where the blue was pooled, and the intensity really worked in that space. So it depends on the client and the space.
Even the mirror has got peacock that looking.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, so those are your primary colors, which are what? Red, green, and blue.
Correct.
Those are your three primary.
No, red, blue, and yellow. Right.
Oh, sorry, red, blue, and yellow.
Green, yellow, and blue make green.
Right in front of me, and I still get it wrong. Red, blue, and yellow, your primary colors. And then when you mix two of them, you get your secondary colors.
Correct.
Right, so red and blue make green.
Right. And in this case, orange, purple, or green.
Yeah.
Right, so these are your secondary colors.
Right. Yeah.
That you get by mixing
Red and blue, purple.
Yeah. So if you hear designers talking about primary and secondary colors, that's where those come from. And then it's not that you are stuck with this lime green as your secondary color. You can change the hue of that with grays and whites, and that's how we get all our different tones, right?
Yep, exactly. Grays, whites, and blacks change the tints and the hues of the colors.
Yeah, so that's what this slide's all about. So you start with a primary color, let's say a blue, that royal blue, that you probably maybe don't want to paint your kitchen royal blue because it's not your color.
Right.
But you alter that by adding white tints, gray tints, and black tints to it.
Correct. So you want a real light baby blue, it's gonna have more white than blue in it.
Right. And if you can, today it seems like what's really popular is putting gray in colors and toning them down.
Well, I've found too in a lot of designing that, those gray scales just make everything just that much softer and easier to flow and coordinate with. So those gray tones really work well, whether it is a darker room or a lighter room, and there's a little bit more consistency in them, I think. The more white colors have, the more intense they are. So that's where that strength comes from, So gray just kind of makes everything very calm in general. So I love a color with a little gray.
So a pastel, would you say that's a primary color with a lot of white? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we talk about primary colors that have been altered with grays, would you call those muted tones?
Yes.
Common word.
And then maybe with the black, more jewel tones.
There's more intensity in those as well. You can kind of go back. So the gray, again, it's in that middle, which is why I think it works so well for so many situations. Color, but just that little bit of gray just makes it all a little easier on the eye.
Gotcha. So we have clients all the time come in, they have a favorite color. So that it's a jewelry color or maybe it's a car color, but they're usually these bold colors that are difficult really to put in a design in a home. Right. But take that color, add white, add some gray, add some black, and now it's the same color, but now you're toning it down or turning it into something that can work.
Less intensity, more flow,
And then that bright color can be your pop in the design at some point.
Yeah, and then you use the pure colors they really like as little accents. Yeah, I think that's a great practical tip.